Nation,
Richtung Salzburg.
Hi, my name is Nate Goss, and I'm the student pastor here at Westview Baptist. And I love Upward basketball. Part of what makes Upward different from other basketball and cheer leagues is that we focus on pointing your children to Jesus. And so we won't just come in here and play basketball and do cheers and have a good time, but we sit down each week during our practices and do a devotion, ultimately trying to point your children to Jesus. And so I love that. I love that the coaches are the ones who do that and lead that. And so in our first devotion, our first practice of the year, we focused on really what it means to be a good basketball player, what it means to be a good cheerleader. And so we talked about the 6 stars of Upward. And so the first of those is effort. Effort is that we are going to try our hardest the whole time. All right, we're not going to go halfway. We're not going to just be waving at mom the whole time, but we're going to do our best. The second star is sportsmanship. All right, that we respect ourselves, we respect our team, our coach, we respect the other team, we respect the referees. And so we play fair and we follow the rules. The third star is offense. All right, that we do our best to score. The fourth star is defense, that we do our best to prevent the other team from scoring. The fifth star is Christ-likeness. That whether we are on the court or off the court, we try our best to be like Jesus in our words, our attitudes, and our actions. And then our sixth star is scripture learning. And so every 3 weeks, our devotions are split up into themes. And so the last 3 weeks, our theme has been courage. And so during that time, we have a Bible verse that goes along with that theme. And so over the last 3 weeks, as we talked about courage, our Bible verse that we've asked our children, our players, our cheerleaders to all memorize is Psalm 56:3, which says, "When I'm afraid, I put my trust in you. And so they have to memorize that verse. I mean, it's like 8 words. When I'm afraid, I put my trust in you. And we ask them to think about times in their life when they've been afraid. All right, times when they were scared. Maybe it was the first day of school. Maybe it was the first time they ever played basketball, first time they went into the game. They're like, I have absolutely no idea what's going on. And they were afraid. They were scared. They don't know anybody. And so we asked them about those times. We talked about it. And we talked about how it's hard sometimes to face our fears, but we can have courage. And so courage is being brave enough to do what we should, to do what's right, even when we're afraid. And so it doesn't mean that you'll never be afraid, because of course we're all going to have times in our life where we're afraid. But what it does mean is that when we're afraid, we face things head on. And so you can be brave even when you're not ready. And so courage also, though, means that we can be brave when others aren't. And so we all have times in our life where we see other people trying to do the wrong thing. Maybe every other person in class is cheating. And we have to stand up and say, even when everybody else is doing the wrong thing, I'm going to stand firm and do the right thing. I remember a time in middle school where a pretty girl wanted to cheat off of my test. And I had to wrestle with whether or not to let this pretty girl cheat off my test so that I could get her attention, or do what was right, stand strong, and say, no, this is my work. And so ultimately, when we have courage, we can be brave to stand strong on what is right. Maybe we see somebody in the playground or at school or at work, in the cafeteria, getting picked on, getting made fun of. And then someone comes to us and pressures us to not tell anybody. When we're brave, when we have courage, we can stand strong and know that we need to do what's right, even when others aren't. And so we can be brave because God keeps his promises. We've all had people make promises to us, parents, teachers, friends, and ultimately they broke those promises. But we've also broken promises. And so our world is full of broken promises, but God keeps his promises. The Bible is full of promise after promise, and over, God keeps his promises. And so when I want to be courageous, when I want to have courage, when I want to be brave, I can remember Psalm 56:3. When I'm afraid, I put my trust in you.